Good morning, everybody. All you did was be yourself. Motherfuckers hate you for that. Weird, right? But fuck them. Who the fuck is you talking to? You feel me? Like, who the fuck is you talking to for real, even talking like that? Like, that be the shit, and that's what make a motherfucker be wanting to get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect. What's up, bro? What's up? Hell no.
In the streets, respect isn't just a word, it's a currency. Without it, even the smallest misunderstanding can turn into something deadly. People will size you up, watch your every move, and sometimes, all it takes is one wrong moment for everything to spiral out of control. Tugg Wattson understood that world. Born and raised on the west side of Chicago, he was the kind of man you noticed instantly. Sharp dresser, quick talker, full of confidence. But his boldness could also make enemies. Some admired him, others envied him, and plenty were watching from the shadows. On a warm August afternoon, that silent tension finally broke. Sitting inside his car, talking to his followers like he had done countless times before, Tugg didn't know he was minutes away from tragedy. What happened next wasn't just heard about, it was seen, streamed live, witnessed by hundreds in real time. And just like that, a vibrant life ended over a chain that might not have even been real. Welcome to Shocking True Crime Stories HQ, where real stories from real streets are told exactly how they happened. No filters, no sugarcoating. Today's story is one that hits hard because it's not just about violence. It's about how quickly life can be taken, even when you see the danger coming. It's about a man who wasn't afraid to speak his mind, a man who hustled for his family, and a man who ultimately became the victim of the very world he knew too well. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, not just to hear these stories, but to learn from them. This is the story of Tugg Wattson. Tugg Wattson wasn't just another face in Chicago, he was a presence. The kind of man who could step out of his car and instantly draw attention without saying a word. He had that mix of confidence, style, and energy that made people take notice. Whether he was dressed in designer clothes or just a fresh t-shirt and sneakers, he carried himself like someone who knew his worth. He spoke straight from the heart, unfiltered. Sometimes his words rubbed people the wrong way, but that never stopped him. On social media, he once joked that the T in his name stood for toxic. He wasn't afraid to poke fun at himself or admit he wasn't perfect. To Tugg, it was all about keeping it real. No pretending, no playing a role. But those who truly knew him saw more than just the confident exterior. Behind the jokes and the flashy image was a man with a strong work ethic, someone who got up every day determined to make something happen. He often said everything he did was for his son, and that responsibility kept him pushing, even when life got rough. In his city, being that visible came with both love and hate. Some people admired his hustle, his boldness, and his sense of style. Others felt jealousy or resentment just seeing him shine. And Tugg understood that reality. He knew that looking good and wearing expensive jewelry was like walking with a spotlight on you in certain neighborhoods. The streets, especially in Chicago, don't just notice, they keep track. Every post, every outfit, every chain you wear becomes part of your story. And for Tugg, that story was one people were watching closely, for better or for worse. A few weeks before his death, Tugg shared a story that now feels like a warning he couldn't ignore. He was at a gas station on Madison and Cicero when a young guy walked up and asked about his chain, who made it, how much it cost. Tugg told him the price and thought nothing of it at first. Minutes later, the same guy came back with two of his friends. They stood around, watching him, whispering. Tugg could feel the tension, that unspoken question of who was going to make the first move. He didn't back down, but he also knew exactly what was going on. Later, he posted about it online, saying, "Just leave me alone. I promise this will never end the way you think." It was clear he understood the risk of wearing something valuable in public, but Tugg wasn't the type to hide. He kept living his life, even with danger circling closer. That moment at the gas station wasn't just random, it was the kind of encounter that sticks with you. And for Tugg, it was the first sign that somebody out there had already set their eyes on him. It was just another afternoon for Tugg. He was parked in his car, phone in hand, talking to his followers on Facebook Live. This was normal for him. Sharing his thoughts, telling stories, speaking his mind.
The issue is not with y'all. The issue is with the owners, with their security. Like, all this shit, they don't treat them. Even when you go to Bavy, bro, you feel me? Like, y'all know, bro. Like, a motherfucker then they gotta pay their rent to get inside some of these motherfucking clubs and bars. You feel me? Hold on. If I come in with a hat, you gonna say, oh, okay, you can't wear no hats in here. So I gotta pay you $100 to wear my hat up in this bitch. Oh, okay, cool. Shut your ass up, though. I'm in business right now. So. Who the fuck is you talking to? You feel me? Like, who the fuck is you talking to for real, even talking like that? Like, that be the shit, and that's what make a motherfucker be wanting to get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect. What's up, bro? What's up? Hell no.
That day, he was talking about nightlife in Chicago, the club scene, and respect, the kind you get and the kind you don't. His tone was relaxed, almost casual, but while he was focused on the camera, someone else was focused on him. In the middle of his stream, a man walked up to his car. There wasn't time for questions or warnings. Gunshots rang out. The man grabbed Tugg's chain and ran. It all happened in seconds. And the worst part? It happened live, with people watching from their phones, helpless to do anything but see it unfold. If you scroll through Tugg's old posts and videos, one thing stands out. He knew the streets could turn on you fast. In one clip, he said, "I ain't scared of nobody, but I know how this go. You gotta watch everybody." He often spoke about trust, or the lack of it, especially when it came to people getting too close. "Some smile in your face," he once said, "but they sizing you up the whole time." Hearing those words now, after what happened, feels different. It's almost like he was leaving pieces of his story behind, without realizing how soon it would all come together. Tugg's voice, confident, unshaken, is still out there in those videos. And for the people who knew him, those words are more than just talk. They're a reminder of who he was, and how quickly he was taken. News of Tugg's death spread fast, faster than most could even process. People had just seen him alive on their screens, talking like any other day, and minutes later, the same video showed the moment his life was taken. Friends, family, and fans flooded social media with shock and anger. Some couldn't believe it. Others weren't surprised. They said the streets had been heating up for a while, and anyone in the spotlight was a target. In his neighborhood, it wasn't just the loss of a man. It was the loss of a familiar face, a voice people recognized, a presence they had gotten used to. For some, Tugg was that guy who always had a story or a joke. For others, he was a warning of how quickly everything can change. That Facebook Live clip didn't just capture a crime. It captured the reality of a life cut short and the emptiness left behind. Tugg Wattson's story isn't just about one man. It's about how fast life can be taken, how quickly a moment can turn into a memory. 1 minute you're laughing with your friends, the next, your name is trending for the worst reason. His death left questions no one can fully answer, about trust, about respect, about why violence still finds its way into so many lives. But it also left a reminder. Nothing is promised, not even the next breath. For those who knew Tugg, he'll be remembered for his loud laugh, his quick comebacks, and the way he could walk into a room and get everyone's attention without even trying. So value the moments you have, because when they're gone, all you're left with are memories and sometimes a video that plays back the day everything changed.